say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad striped and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, please get on your feet. Put your hands together and help me welcome your 2017-2018 New York FFA State Officer Team.
This is not a test. This is a test of your excitement for convention. Announcing the commencement of the annual New York State FFA Convention. Embracing, owning, and showcasing your trademark are necessary for this session. The feelings of excitement, nervousness, and the urge to dance are contagious and will rapidly spread throughout this arena. Prepare yourself for the excitement you are about to experience.
Your state sentinel, Christiane Frank, and your state reporter, Kim Doyle. Your state treasurer, Jenna Kibbe, and your state secretary, Lindsay Nazimos. Your state vice president, Megan Lamb, and your state FFA president, Ethan Keller.
The convention hall will come to order. We are now holding the first general session of the 93rd New York State FFA Convention. Madam Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they are at their stations, and report back to you, Mr. President. The Sentinel.
Stationed by the door.
Your duties there?
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the President in maintaining order.
The Reporter.
The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization reaching from the states of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the states of Maine to Hawaii.
The Treasurer.
Stationed at the emblem of Washington.
Your duties there?
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standings through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The Secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duties there?
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The Advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I'm asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Madam Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is a token of a new era in agriculture. If we shall follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Mr. President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of members.
I am pleased to announce that at the first general session of the 93rd New York FFA State Convention, there are 1,276 members and guests present, Mr. President.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess. May we accomplish our purposes. I now declare this the first general session of the 93rd New York State FFA Convention duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 93rd New York State FFA Convention. These next few days are going to be jam-packed full of amazing experiences, great memories, and some well-deserved recognition for all of the hard work that each of you puts into everything that you do. All year, we have worked tirelessly in our pursuits, whether that be developing our supervised agricultural experiences into gold-ranking proficiencies, devoting countless hours into our career and leadership development events, or honing our leadership skills so that we may serve New York State FFA in the coming year. All of that success and all of that hard work and dedication has led to this exact moment where we will be recognizing the best of the best and exploring what it means to own our trademarks. We are successful because of our ability to own our individuality, and through that, we have been able to leave an everlasting trademark on New York FFA. FFA members and guests, soak it all in because these next few days are not ones that you are going to want to miss. We will have the chance to hear from amazing speakers, celebrate the success of our friends in the Blue Jackets, and we will make some memories that will last with us for our entire lifetime. New York State FFA, the time is now for us to showcase what makes us unique. The time is now for us to own our trademarks. Trademark is finding what makes you special and unique and using your individuality to develop yourself and the ones around you in a positive way.
Trademark can mean putting in the hours upon hours of hard work and devotion to go beyond the status quo.
Trademark is about not being afraid to stand up to showcase who you are and cherishing what makes you unique.
Trademark is the path that you choose to explore and how that chosen path turns into a success.
Trademark is leaving an everlasting legacy because of the impact that you made on others.
We all have a trademark. For the 6 of us, these were our personal definitions and the way that each of us views what the word truly means. Everyone has a trademark that makes them stand out from the ones around them. It is because of this that we all define trademark in our own way. These next few students live their trademarks every single day.
For me, auctioneering is my trademark. Hey now, hanging down 20, middle of 20, middle of 20, 25, 25, down now, 30, middle of 30, middle of 30, middle of 30, middle of 30, 35, 35, down now, 40, middle of 40.
My trademark is probably working with the hydroponics. I've built 2 of the 4 hydroponic systems we have, and I'm kind of the one who heads all that project.
To me, trademark means when someone thinks of you, like someone's smile, someone's personality, how funny someone is, what someone radiates, the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of a person.
Trademarks means to me something that makes somebody really unique and what's different about them.
Trademark is defined by our own uniqueness and how we use that to help and spread knowledge to others.
I think trademark is defined by something that makes you different, something that makes you unique, and that no one can take it away from you.
Trademarks are important because they give diversity to the world, and they bring around new ideas and new possibilities and new types of people. And this type of evolution of unique qualities is what helps the world continue to run and creates new solutions that make our world better.
You separate yourself from a crowd. People show off their true, inner features. How people can really, express themselves, break out of their box.
FFA is different. The public looks at New York and sees it as New York City, but New York FFA changes that view. It says, hey, we're agriculture too. We've got farms, we've got dairy, we've got horses, we've got fruits and vegetables, we've got all these things that people don't know about. And they exemplify the logo of we are here and this is us. This is our trademark.
Trademark is Louis Glisson.
Jake Bensley.
Carly Estep.
Haley Sarsfield.
Emily Carey.
Josie Allen.
Jonathan Lasik,
Josh Douglas,
Aaron Denman,
Trademark is New York State FFA.
FFA members and guests, our organization is better off because we embrace the differences amongst each other. Over the course of the next few days, we will have the opportunity to really discover what it means to own our trademarks. We will celebrate what makes us different and recognize the true success that comes along with embodying our individuality.
Trademark is finding what makes you special and unique and using your individuality to develop yourself and the ones around you in a positive way. Trademark is New York State FFA.
For us, trademark could be our path, our pride, our legacy, and the devotion we have. But it could also look like auctioneering, hydroponics, diversity, your smile, knowledge, differences, features, uniqueness, and being here. How do you define trademark?
The only word I can use to describe these co-chairs is inseparable. From skiing to sleepovers and basketball games to lunch dates, you can never see one of them without the other.
You can find them almost anywhere, cracking jokes, doing something crazy. Their love for this organization and each other is contagious. They have served as role models for us and hundreds of others around the state.
Please welcome your Session 1 chairs, your State Secretary, Lindsay Nasmos,
and your State Sentinel, Christiane Frank.
Good night. Love you.
Love you too. Good night.
We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship, zooming through the sky, little Einsteins. Climb aboard, get ready to explore. There's so much to find, little Einsteins. We're going on a mission.
Holy crocky, mate! I found a crocodile over here in the river! Christy, look! I found a wild elephant! Oh my gosh, my mom is calling me. Come here.
Where are you girls off today?
Well, Mom, we're here at the 93rd New York State FFA Convention, and we are so excited to explore all of the opportunities that we will have. And we are looking for some adventurous FFA members to join us.
Oh, what are you guys going to be doing throughout today?
Well, Lisa, first we're going to welcome our adventurous members, sponsors, and supporters to this year's state convention.
Yeah, Mom. And then we're going to dive into the different areas of agricultures that our members have through their supervised agricultural experiences. Now, Mom, these kids are so skilled at what they do that they are being considered as proficiency finalists.
We are also going to hear from one of our amazing students give their prepared speech, along with one of our students prepare their wicked cool talent right here on stage.
Wow, that sounds so exciting.
But wait, Mom, there's even more. We are going to hear from our state treasurer, Jenna Kibbe, as she gives her retiring address, as well as recognize the individuals who are going to be the recipients of this year's Jacket Award.
Lindsay and I are also on the search for our Southern Region Vice President, Ian Bennett, and we are also going to reveal the CDE results from today's competitions, so stay tuned.
I'm really looking forward to hearing all of this later. Have a good day, girls. Love you.
Love you. I'm so excited to start off this convention right here with the first general session, and I couldn't be more excited to get our exploration off. Who's ready?
New York FFA, we have the opportunity this week to discover what the word trademark truly means and see how this world is represented within ourselves.
New York FFA, let's get pumped for the 2018 New York State FFA Convention. With that, let's get ready to explore.
New York FFA wouldn't be the association that we are today if it wasn't for the help of our individuals who help us go through our journeys, whether it's our industry supporters, our volunteer judges, or even elected officials like our next speaker. I am very excited to introduce Senator Rabach to speak with all of us and kick off our convention the correct way. Senator Rabach is a representative of the 56th Senatorial District, which covers part of the city of Rochester. Before his election, he served 11 years in the Assembly. Senator Rabach is someone who truly exemplifies our theme, trademark, throughout his journey. Senator Rabach has made an impact on his community through his effort to help make a positive influence on his constituents across the region. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming to the stage Senator Rabach.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everybody. Oh, come on. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you. That's much better. I just want to say it is so encouraging. You guys look great. It is so nice to see so many young people so focused, so dedicated, working together on something positive. Before I get to my welcoming, I really applaud you for all your efforts. This is great. I have two simple jobs. One, I want to welcome you. We're glad you're having the convention here, your FFA convention here in Rochester. I want you all to spend a lot of money because that's good for our economy here. That's a little joke. You could laugh. It's okay. But we really do. Rochester has a lot to offer, and we want you to enjoy that, and probably more geared toward me. On behalf of Senator Flanagan and myself and our Republican Majority Conference, we wanted to thank you for your work. Not only do I like this conference, but I enjoy very much when you come. FFA has their day in Albany, where we see so many people with the blue jackets roaming the halls, advocating for policies that are good for farming, agriculture, and other things. It is critically important. I see all your energy here. I want you to know, not only is there careers and futures in agriculture, but it is also important that as you're organized today, you stay organized in the future to continue to advocate for those policies that'll make that better. I represent a very interesting district. I go from the city of Rochester to very rural, so I have everything from inner city to farms in my district. And even here, surrounded by farming community, people are always surprised when I tell them the second biggest industry in New York State continues to be agriculture and farming. So that's a good front, but we can't take it for granted. So it's very important that everybody, especially people that work in the field, young people like you, continue to educate people, whether they're from New York City, anywhere across the state, for good policies, but to let them know eggs don't come in a carton and milk doesn't come out of the cow. Somebody's got to milk them. Those things are important, and the policies that go with it are important. And I just want to take 1 minute before I end. With your good work this year, along with the Farm Bureau, to show the importance of advocation, in this year's budget, we were able to include $1.9 million for Farm Viability Institute to help New York farmers improve long-term economic viability and sustainability of farms and farmland, $9.3 million for agribusiness child development, make it easier for women, families to work in the field, almost $1 million for farm to school program, something that I'm a huge believer in, using local products to have kids eat better and healthier. There are just a few examples of a lot of things that we were able to implement because of your continued work and people in agriculture. So enjoy your conference greatly, have fun. I love your trademark theme of camaraderie, but no, this is just the beginning. And again, keep your enthusiasm, your passion for what you do, and things will work out great. God bless you. Enjoy your time here in Rochester.
Thank you, Senator Urbach, for sharing your inspiring words with all of us in order to start off our convention the right way. This evening, you have helped in sparking the true meaning of our convention theme, trademark. Your words have shown that trademark is a theme that each and every one of us can embody and live out every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in thanking Senator Urbach one more time.
Thank you so much.
Our next speaker has been a huge supporter of the FFA from the start. A native New Yorker, Mr. Ball has made a living in agriculture his entire life. At 18 years old, Mr. Ball began his career in agriculture working at a vegetable farm in Rhode Island and later became operations manager on that same farm. After 20 years in Rhode Island, Mr. Ball moved back to New York and for the past 20 years has owned and operated Schoharie Valley Farms in Schoharie, New York. In his vision for the future of agriculture, he recognizes the need to support FFA as well as agricultural education. Members and guests, please join me in welcoming New York State Commissioner of Agriculture, Mr. Richard Ball.
Thank you so much. Good to see you. Greetings, Rochester. I know Monroe County is in the house. But is Schoharie County in the house? That's good to hear. Thank you so much. It is a great honor for me to be here on behalf of the governor, and really great to see so many friends and so many new members here. There are literally thousands of career opportunities in agriculture. I'm very excited to see a house full of people here today with some incredible minds in this arena that are going to fill that need for us. So thank you so much. Your state officers and your convention organizers have done an incredible job of putting this all together. Let's just take a moment and give them thanks and a round of applause, if you would. I'm here today to recognize your many accomplishments and the significance of your organization to the agriculture industry and to our state. Last year, we celebrated the 100th anniversary of the formal ag education program in New York State, which has a legacy of having one of the most robust ag education programs in the country. The Smith-Hughes Act, which has done great things for agriculture, both in New York State and across the U.S., paved the way for organizations just like FFA that continue to make agriculture a vibrant and important part of our nation. The governor gets that. Last year, thanks to our governor and the legislature's shared commitment to education, to you, our young people, and to our supporting our ag education, we secured a record $3 million for ag education in New York, through the New York State budget, including $2 million for a new kitchen at Camp Oswegatchie. Anybody heard of that place? And $350,000 for ag incentive grants to start and expand FFA chapters all across New York State. And it's working. Thank you. Yeah, give yourselves a round of applause for that, because that was your efforts and your lobbying. Thank you. And it's continuing to work. We've got 17 new FFA chapters approved last year, and we have 30 more in the pipeline. There's another round of applause right there, please. We've got more teachers receiving training and certification, and there's an energy and there's an excitement around ag education that is clearly measurable. George Washington, and I heard you quote him earlier, he's a very important individual in our lives and mine too. He observed that farming is truly a noble profession. Like many of you, I was one of those lucky kids that knew he wanted to be a farmer when he grew up. Even today, when I step out of my house in the morning, the first thing I do is look across the fields, and I think, how many people get the chance to do this? About 1%. 1% of our population gets to farm, and yet we feed the other 99%. Agriculture supports thousands of jobs, and in many cases it helps drive tourism, preserves our land, protects our food supply. One of our oldest traditions, and with your help, we'll carry that on for many generations to come. And there are countless ag-related professions out there as well. At the department alone, we're very proud to support some of the best state veterinarians, experts in food safety, environmental protections, and so much more. FFA and our ag education programs in the state are a big part of making that all possible. You have the tools in front of you to become strong leaders, even beyond agriculture and in so many other fields. And that's why our governor and the legislature once again made ag education a priority within our state budget. I'm proud to say that in this year's budget, we maintained the record funding levels for ag education, $1.638 million for ag ed with $842,000 for FFA. Worth a round of applause again, please. Thank you. We know there's a need, we know there's a desire for ag programs across the state, and all of this will help us meet the demand and continue to build on the great progress that we've made. We have a lot to look forward to. As I look around the room, I'm confident in the future of our shared industry. Whether it be farming, whether it be animal health, whether it be a newfound agricultural business that you are interested in, you are the next generation. We need you, and I'm excited about your opportunities. I have no doubt that with the leadership of the many bright and talented minds in the room here today, New York will continue to lead the nation in agriculture. As excited as I was when I was 7 years old and got to milk cows with my grandfather, as excited as I was when I was 18 years old and first began to make a living by working in agriculture, and now, as excited as I was when I was able to buy my own farm, I have to say I am more excited today than I've ever been about agriculture. I'm excited about your prospects. I'm excited about our future. So go make us proud. Thank you and have a great convention. Go to bed early tonight, remember, but have a great opportunity here. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you.
We got a big round of applause for you. Thank you, Commissioner Ball, so much for being here at this year's state convention, and we couldn't be more thankful for your support to agriculture, and specifically agricultural education. Ladies and gentlemen, help me in thanking Commissioner Ball one more time.
Our last respected official here to welcome all of you today is the Monroe County Executive, Mrs. Cheryl Donalfo. Known for her hard work and determination, Mrs. Donalfo is dedicated to rolling up her sleeves and getting the job done. She is someone who looks out for the betterment of her county and has been since 2004 when she was elected. We are very pleased to have Mrs. Cheryl Donalfo with us today, so please help me in welcoming her to the stage.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Monroe County. I'm so thrilled to have you here with us. And I got to tell you, when I walked into the Blue Cross Arena, you know, the Amerks play here, and they're a great hockey team, but there's never been so much energy in the Blue Cross Arena as in today, because you are here. Give yourselves a round of applause for the great work that you're doing. It's such an honor to have you here in Monroe County, and I'll tell you, I knew that I was in a place of excellence when I saw you and when I heard about the great work that you're doing, not only in your chosen career paths, but also in your community. And I want to just talk for a minute about how important community is. And I know you know that, but I want to recognize you for that. So here you are. I know that there are students and young people from Monroe County here, but you're from all over New York State. And you're coming here to Monroe County today for a day of caring and helping out with Habitat for Humanity, helping out preparing meals and serving meals and packing meals for the most needy in our community. And I thank you for that, because what's inside of you, what's part of your being, will be with you forever. And we truly are one state of New York, one country, one world, and you make this a better place. So I applaud you for that. Thank you for your good work. Yes, we have to clap for that. I'm going to clap for it. So, what else? Before we talk about the importance of agriculture, let me talk about why the young people who are in this room are so important. I talked a little bit about the aspect of community, but what you are the future leaders in your villages, your towns, your counties, your states, our country. I know it. I know it when I saw you, when I entered into this arena. The discipline, the camaraderie, the ability to work together, the innovative spirit, getting the job done, knowing how to get things done. And the determination to do that makes you the perfect leaders today and in the future. So I know that New York State and the United States of America, the future for everyone is brighter because of all of you, and I thank you for that. You know, the FFA convention here in New York State is so incredibly important. I know everyone has talked about the importance of agriculture being certainly a cornerstone of industry, not only in Monroe County, not only in the state, but also in the country. But you know, the statistics are really something that are inspiring to know about and to share. I know you know this, but we have $21.4 million jobs in the country that are directly connected to agriculture and food industries. Those industries contribute $992 billion to our GDP. Let me repeat that, $992 billion. That's absolutely incredible. So this is an industry that is alive and well, not only in the state of New York, but in our country as well. And it's an important industry. It's one that we can never overlook, the importance of the agricultural industry, the importance of food production, the importance and the vitality of that industry, not only for the economic engine in the United States, but obviously for the self-sustaining ability of the United States of America. So we applaud you for that. But before I leave, I also want to say that this is an industry in which we can change a life. As I said, you already are in what you're doing. And you're showing that by going forward in this very important industry. And you know, it's an industry of creativity, imagination, innovation, cooperation, marketing, and it's all wrapped up into one. And I want to leave you with a thought. I know each of you comes from different communities, and each of you is learning more about the industry in ways that your particular talents can both be demonstrated and exhibited to the world and productive. Well, here in Monroe County, we're going to break ground next month, actually, in the largest hydroponic, organic, leafy green farm in the eastern seaboard. We're going to be producing leafy green spinach and also lettuce here in Monroe County, supplying any company that would like to purchase this product 6 hours in each direction from Monroe County. It is the largest one in all of New York State, and I think actually in the country as well. And why do I tell you about that? Because it's innovative, right? It's science, it's innovation, it's technology, and we actually brought a program into Monroe Community College to make sure that this really expansive, exciting, creative industry can have its roots right here in Monroe County and in the state of New York. It's that important to me to make sure that students like you have the opportunity to prosper, to have jobs in this industry, but that we continue to change with the times and provide the support necessary, not only in organic farming, but in all types of agriculture as well. We stand with you, we thank you, we congratulate you, have fun at the conference, learn from each other, and go on and just take on the world, because I know that you've got it. Thanks for being here, everybody. God bless you.
Mrs. Cheryl Danoff, thank you so much for bringing warm regards to our session and this year's state convention. We are so happy for you to be here, and we couldn't be more thankful for your support. Please help me in thanking Mrs. Cheryl Danoff.
Lindsay, what are you doing?
Well, hi, Mr. Hill. I'm just watering my plants. What are you doing?
Well, we are all waiting for you to finish with session. What does watering flowers have to do with this session?
Well, Mr. Hill, watering my plants has to do with my SAE, which is giving back to my community by growing fresh vegetables in my garden and giving them back to my local food bank. Now, this has not only been a huge part of my trademark, but will continue to be because I see a need to help those in my community.
Well, that's great. But I hear that we have a lot of amazing SAEs happening across our great state. We need to recognize those students during this session, too.
You are so right, Mr. Hill. It is a huge pleasure to introduce this next group of students. They truly deserve all of the recognition that they are going to get for all of their hard work and dedication. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming to the stage our proficiency finalists.
Provide an opportunity for agriculturalists to make the public aware of agriculture that exists in and outside of their own backyards. The 2018 New York State Gold Ranking winner is Kim Doyle from the Tri-Valley FFA. What a better way to explain agricultural processes to the public than to parade around a fair dressed as a cow. Kim has participated in the Farm Bureau Lobby Days as well as spoke in front of the House Committee on Agriculture to advocate for the Farm Bill. Clearly, articulating the need for agricultural support is one of Kim's top priorities. Keep up the good work, Kim.
In the area of agricultural education, FFA members work to develop and deliver educational programs on a variety of agricultural messages. There is the long-standing joke saying, "He who can, does. He who cannot, teaches." But in New York FFA, we have exceptional members who defy this statement every day. The 2018 New York State Proficiency finalists are Leslie Octor from the Beaver River FFA, Kelsey Bowers from the Beaver River FFA, Hannah Bramer from Galway FFA, Rebecca Coombe from Tri-Valley FFA, and Christiane Frank from the Vernon-Verona Sherrill FFA. And the 2018 winner is Rebecca Coombe from the Tri-Valley FFA chapter. Rebecca loves her rabbits and spends a majority of her ag education days teaching elementary classes to use various types of animal education at young age levels. You'll find Rebecca coaching Quiz Bowl teams, teaching younger generations of FFA members about the industry and organization, but also in the show ring using hands-on application to help handle showmanship of large animals like beef cattle. Great job, Rebecca.
Ever want to build a barn, install remote sensing, ag robots, or precision agriculture into your SAE? Well, the Ag Mechanics Design and Fabrication Proficiency students sure do. These students dedicate time to utilizing concrete, electricity, plumbing, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning into agricultural settings. What a cool proficiency area. The 2018 winner is Emily Carey from the Tri-Valley FFA chapter. After receiving an SAE grant to improve a teaching classroom space for her horse riding lessons, Emily decided to continue using her hands to create. With her father, she helped construct 3 turnout sheds in her horse pasture, and then a new barn with an area of gladiator status. Emily can finish a project knowing the success not only benefits her, but an entire group of eager-to-learn youth riders from her community. What an awesome proficiency, Emily.
The next Proficiency Award brings us the truest and most delicious pride of New York. From cheese curd to honey, bringing ag products just a little closer to home are our applicants in agricultural processing. And your 2018 finalists are Sean Caron from the Delaware Academy FFA, Owen Custer from the DeRider FFA, Connor Hathaway from the DeRider FFA, Cody Minkler from Vernon Verona Sherrill FFA, Jonathan Perry from Vernon Verona Sherrill FFA, and Nolan Witten from Unadilla Valley FFA. And your 2018 winner in the area of agricultural processing is Connor Hathaway from the Delaware FFA chapter. Connor has a sweet SAE with his maple syrup production. He has involved himself in his family's business where they tap 200 acres of maple trees. Connor sees the sap turn into syrup in his evaporator with little help from what we call science. He even uses his at-home processing experiences to help his FFA maple program at school. Congratulations to the 2018 Agricultural Processing winner, Connor Hathaway from the DeRider FFA.
Agriculture research puts a stronger focus on the research and questioning of science and systems within an SAE area. This year, help us celebrate Lucy Meehan from the Cobleskill-Richmondville FFA chapter. Lucy's agriculture research focus is an integrated, diversified study of the prevalence of ticks carrying Lyme disease in Schoharie County, as well as a second project looking at the E. coli in the Mohawk River. Her research is conducted through SUNY Cobleskill and the BSA, where she combines fieldwork testing, collecting and observation with lab and critical thinking experiences. What an interesting research project to bring to nationals, Lucy.
Over $25 billion. That is the amount of money that is generated by New York State agriculture each year. The gold rank applicants in the ag sales proficiency area understand that New York agriculture is big business, and they have what it takes to succeed in it. Megan Lamb from the Stockbridge Valley FFA, and Braden Weber from Penn Yan FFA. The 2018 ag sales winner is Megan Lamb from the Stockbridge Valley FFA chapter. Megan is a 24/7 flower girl. A large component of her SAE includes the marketing and selling of gladiolus, dahlias, and other cut flowers at her local farmers market. She has also expanded into providing services for weddings, funerals, and special occasions by designing flower arrangements and creating wreaths and the sort for the winter months. Great job and good luck at nationals, Megan.
The beef production proficiency area requires applicants to use the best management practices available to efficiently produce and market beef. Entrepreneurship finalists for 2018 are Tracer Holland, Walton FFA, Connor Moore, Penn Yan FFA. Congratulations to our winner, Tracer Holland from the Walton FFA chapter. Tracer is a 5th-generation farmer and is working to increase his herd size as well as quality over the next few years. Tracer sells his cattle to customers and has a strong desire to be connected with the consumers. So he and his family are working to build a shop portion right on their farm for direct marketing. Way to keep an eye on the future, Tracer.
New York State ranks 3rd nationally for dairy production, and dairy is our largest agricultural commodity. It makes sense then that the competition for the dairy production proficiency is especially fierce in New York and our largest proficiency applicant area. In dairy production entrepreneurship, New York Gold finalists are Ashley Lyman, Cuba Rushford FFA, Emily Lyman, Cuba Rushford FFA, Aaron Curtis Shellac, Cazenovia Aggies. The gold-ranked entrepreneurship winner is Ashley Lyman from the Cuba Rushford FFA. Ashley has a tremendous amount to show us, especially if we look at her dairy showmanship record. She has participated in years of shows for her cattle. Over the years, she has chosen to focus on quality of the animals she raises and shows, rather than quantity. To do this, she has to pay close attention to the genetics and make calculated decisions when choosing to breed her cattle. You are on a great path to nationals, Ashley. Keep up the good work.
For dairy production placement, our finalists are Gabrielle Adams, Vernon Verona Sherrill, FFA; Alan Grolick, Cobusco Richmondville, FFA; Janet Martins, Penn Yan, FFA; Matthew Peck, Schuylerville, FFA; Jonathan Perry, Vernon Verona Sherrill, FFA; Ryan Wood, DeRider, FFA; Claire Zumbach, Belleville Henderson, FFA. The 2018 Dairy Production Placement winner is Alan Grolick from Cobusco Richmondville, FFA. Alan has worked all corners of his family's dairy farm, from milking and vaccinations to barn repair and hay production. Alan has spent countless hours learning best management practices and has participated in statewide learning programs as well as toured neighboring dairies all the way out to California. If you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. Right, Alan? Best of luck at Nationals.
We know that you will not only represent New York, but each and every one of your home chapters well as you head on to the national level. Let's give one more round of applause to our proficiency winners.
Now, Lindsay and I never do anything the same. And honestly, that goes for all of us. None of us have anything that we do the same. An example of this is the way that we speak. Let's take a look at a closer example of some of these.
These experiences and every event that is planned for our lives is able to be its very best when we decide to help others. We are called to love those around us. We exist to give ourselves away. Life is an adventure, but that adventure is a choice. We can choose to live each day for the good of ourselves, or we can choose to use our gifts and talents for the good of those around us, to take advantage of every moment we have in this life and use it to serve others. What will you choose? Find home for others, for yourself, for this world. Helping others maximizes experiences. It really is that simple, y'all. Find home.
Oh my gosh. That hit me in the heart. Oh, that was so good.
And then all of a sudden I decided I could play that song better than the author. I'm going to try to put my own twist on it. And at first I sounded just like him. And then I started putting my own little twist on it.
This guy needs to go pro. Oh my god.
Now, Christiane, I know you may not be as familiar with this, but when it comes to prepared public speaking, there are a number of different things that we have to do in order to make sure that when we walk into that room, we can do the best job possible. Like you said before, each and every one of us delivers our message in a different way, and these are a perfect example. However, this next individual has done the absolute best job of conveying their message. They have started at the district level, went to sub-state level, competed here today at the state level. However, they are not done yet. After placing first in prepared public speaking, our next individual will head on to the national level. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming to the stage Danielle Herrick from the Pioneer FFA chapter as she presents her trademark speech.
Imagine that you have a farm with a pregnancy rate of 34%. That's great, but now there are way too many calves, and you have reached the maximum herd size for the land available. How are you going to decide which calves to keep and which ones to sell? The answer may lie in a recent technology known as genomics. Hello, my name is Danielle Herrick, and I am from the Pioneer FFA chapter. Today, I'm going to tell you how genomics can help you decide which calves to keep and which ones to sell. Genomics has been sweeping through the dairy industry and is becoming more affordable to farmers. But many people have no idea what it is, and those who do are uncertain about whether they should it on their farms. There are some possible drawbacks to this technology, but it could help a farmer make decisions that could affect the future of his entire herd. Many people confuse genomics with genetics, and though they are similar, it's important to know the difference. They both have to do with the study of an organism's heredity, but genetics only looks at specific genes, whereas genomics can look at all of the genes of an organism, also known as its genome, and see how they interact with each other. The dairy cattle genome was completely mapped and released in 2009. Since then, research of these genes has exploded, and more people are beginning to use this technology. Knowing the function of these genes has helped farmers make important decisions in regards to longevity, milk yield, and milk components. Genomic testing has also increased the speed at which farmers can get the proper results to make quality decisions. Before genomic testing, a farmer had to wait a few years to get the results of a bull, and these results were based off their female offspring's performance. Now, farmers can test calves as young as 2 months of age and get full results in about 3 weeks. This information can help a farmer place calves based off milk yield and component potential, and could be a critical factor when determining cull calves. To get all this information about your animals, you need to send a sample into a genomics program laboratory, such as Clarified. These samples can come in the form of a blood sample from the tail vein, a hair sample from the switch, or a skin sample from the ear. These samples are then sent into the lab for testing, which takes approximately 3 weeks. To test the sample, the DNA is coded and then shown as a long list of nucleic acids. This list is then compared to other animals. If there is no variation in the nucleic acids between the two, then this is an uninformative site and has no special characteristics in regards to genomic testing. On the other hand, if there is variation in the sequence, then this section of the DNA is known as single nucleotide polymorphism, or SNP for short. These SNPs are used to code for specific traits, such as milk yield, and could determine if the genetic merit of a calf is economically beneficial. The genomic laboratories can also find other traits, known as Mendelian traits, that could be beneficial to the farm, such as having polled calves. You can also compare your animal's genome to another animal with a closely related pedigree to see if there are any recessive defects that have been found in a previous generation. The original test that was performed was the 50K chip, which sequenced 50,000 individual sites and was only used on the most elite animals because it was so expensive. To cut down on costs, they released the 3K chip, but there was not as much genomic reliability with this chip's predictions. The most recent chip is a 6K chip, which costs around $45 per animal, which is less expensive than the 50K chip, but there is a greater genomic accuracy than the 3K chip. The 50K chip costs around $250 per animal. Once you get these results back from the lab, it's time to put them to use. Some of the most important results that you will get back from the lab are those in regards to longevity, milk yield, and milk components. The calves who are scored high for milk yield and have high results for fat and protein content should not be culled because they have the most potential to make money. The genomic laboratories can rank your animals based off predicted health traits, which can be a critical factor when determining which calves to keep as recipients. You can give certain health traits a percentage based off importance, and then all of your animals will be ranked based off these percentages. For example, you could have mastitis ranked at 20%, lameness ranked at 10%, and the other 70% could go towards type traits. If you wanted to see genetic improvements faster, you could harvest embryos from your top-ranked animals and implant them into recipients. It is important that these recipients have a low risk of having a stillborn calf, which can also be determined through the genomic testing. The calves who score on the bottom of the list can have two options. If your farm already has pretty good genetics, you can sell these calves to a nearby farm with poor genetics. The other option is that these calves will just be culled from the herd, which is less expensive or less profitable than selling your calves. But raising a calf is very expensive, so you'll still benefit in the long run and save money. There is one major downfall to using genomics, and it has to do with the shrinking of the gene pool. Dairy farmers want to breed their animals to the best genomic type bulls. But if everyone is using these bulls, then there will be a loss of genetic variability. This is an issue because it could lead to an increase in the rate of inbreeding, as well as recessive defects in more animals. Some stud companies are offering breeders incentives to provide them with young bulls that are scored both high for genomics and have pedigrees that are outcrosses. Keep in mind that genomics is not compatible with every farm. If you are unable to cull at least 7% of your calves, genomics would not be cost-effective for you. That does not mean that genomics will not work for small farms, because unlike other technologies, genomics can work for both large and small dairy operations, as long as you're able to keep a good cull rate. Not only does culling your calves help pay off the cost of the testing due to the money you save, but it will also increase your herd's genetics. The more calves you cull, the faster you will see these genetic improvements. For those who can use it, genomics is a great way to improve your herd's genetics and increase the overall profitability of your farm. As more discoveries are made, newer technologies arrive that change the way farmers do their job. It's all a matter of where to go next. Thank you.
Danielle, thank you so much for that well-spoken speech, and I know that we're all rooting for you as you go to National Convention. Let's give one more round of applause to Danielle. Picture this. You get into the car, you turn it on, you connect your phone, and you turn the radio all the way up, putting on your favorite song of that week. How many of us go through that every time we get in the car? Because I know this girl does.
Christiane, I'm not really sure they understand exactly what this looks like. I think we need to show them. Let's hit it.
Had me going crazy, oh, it's what you do to me. Oh, it's what you do to me. Coming over in my direction, it's a colorful young mother plan.
Oh, Scotty McCreery! Woo!
Ended at her front porch.
Wow. Now that may have been a show, but we have the actual talent here with us today to perform. And please welcome to the stage Evelyn Lucero from the Wilson Tech FFA chapter here to perform her amazing talent. Good luck.
I need a voice to echo. I need a
little blind. I think it's time for you to find me. Can you be my nightingale? Sing to me, I know you're there. You could be my sanity, bring me peace, sing me to sleep. Say you'll be my nightingale. Somebody speak for me, 'cause I'm feeling like hell. Need you to answer me, I'm overwhelmed. I need a voice to echo, I need a light to take me home, I need a star to follow, I don't know. I've never seen the forest for the trees, I could really use your melody. Baby, I'm a little blind, I think it's time for you to find me. Can you be my nightingale? Sing to me, I know you're there. You could be my sanity, bring me peace, sing me to sleep. Say you'll be my nightingale. I don't know what I'd do without you. The words are like a whisper come through. As long as you're with me here tonight, I'm good. Say you'll be the nightingale. Still so close, I know you're there. Whoa, nightingale, sing to me, I know you're there. 'Cause you could be my sanity, bring me peace, sing me to sleep. Say you'll be my
Evelyn, wow, you are talented in more ways than just one, and you made Christiane and I look like unprofessional singers. We are so lucky to have talented individuals like you represent our state association. Let's give her one more round of applause. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this next individual you may think is one of our very own officers, because man, do they look alike. Please help me in giving a huge round of applause to Jessie Kibbe as she comes to introduce her loving little sister.
Page. Okay. Sorry about that. Today is a special day, not only because it marks the first day of state convention, but today is also Throwback Thursday, which only comes one day in the week. So in honor of Throwback Thursday, I'd like to take you back 6,420 days ago to Wednesday, October 18th of 2000. On Wednesday, October 18th of 2000, my life was forever changed when my little baby, Peach Fuzz Head sister, was born. At first, I wasn't so sure about this real-life baby doll who cried, pooped, and who I had to share some of my attention with. Even though 6,420 days ago, I wasn't sure how life would be with my baby sister,
Now, today, I couldn't imagine life without her. I've watched over 17 years, 6 months, and 29 days later, this shy and reserved baby girl has blossomed into an outgoing, hardworking, humble, kind-hearted country girl and leader of the future who can achieve all things through the guidance of our Heavenly Father. So tonight, it is a great honor to introduce to you the greatest blessing in my life and your FFA New York State Treasurer, Jenna Kibbe.
Let's take a walk down memory lane. I want to take you back to, let's say 7th grade. It was towards the end of the school year, and I had to give a presentation to my whole class about a book that I had read, Safe Haven by Nicholas Sparks. My poster was great, my note cards were all written out, and I'd spent hours perfecting what I was going to say. It was finally my turn, and I knew that I was more than ready to kill this presentation. Or so I thought it was. When I finally reached the front of the classroom, I began to feel as if I was going down the biggest hill on the Superman roller coaster. My stomach just dropped. I stood there in the middle of the classroom, knees shaking, palms and forehead sweaty, being stared down by all my classmates. Yep, that's right. Words were not coming out of my mouth, and I had no clue what to do. I just stared at the wall. No, faces, they're looking at me. What do I do? You see, although I was only a little bit shorter than I am right now, and looked pretty much the same, I used to be very, very shy. I'm not sure if any of you have done something similar to this experience, but how many of you have ever done something embarrassing? Well, let me tell you, I don't know if it just runs throughout my DNA, but somehow I always find a way to make a fool out of myself. My awkward presentation was just one of those moments. Some of my other favorites that always make me chuckle are these pictures. You know, I couldn't tell you what we were thinking wearing those creative costumes, but hey, at least my parents got a good laugh. Oh, and these. You know, as crazy as that skit was, we were having the time of our lives, and I know that those were some of the most memorable moments with my team. You see, in any situation, whether exciting, awkward, or frustrating, down the road, you will be able to transform those negative experiences into something positive which will help better your life. These memories have helped me realize that hard work is the key to real success, and that happiness can come so easily when you just find something simple to make you smile every single day. You see, throughout my life, there have been many lessons that I've learned. If you're not 15 minutes early, you're late. Never, and I mean never, room with both Kim and Christiane on pizza night. And even if you think you have enough nylons, always bring more. However, the most inspiring life lesson that I've learned comes from my dad. You see, my dad has taught me ever since I was a little girl that hard work is the key to real success. For those of you who don't know him, this here's my dad. You know, he's been someone who's been there for me whether I'm up or down. Now, something that my dad does that makes him special are his words of wisdom. My two favorites are, Jenna, life is only as good as you make it. And life is like a game of cards, so work hard to have a good hand. Now, not gonna lie, usually when he tells me these things, I'm either A, ugly crying, B, wanting to punch a pillow, or C, thinking about which ice cream flavor will help me feel better. However, younger me never realized how applicable his words really were in the game of life. Thinking about it, many can interpret that phrase, game of life, differently. Oftentimes, people just think of it as how others live their lives. Now, by a show of hands, how many of you have ever seen or heard of the movie The Blind Side? Michael Orr's game of life was football. You see, in the beginning, he started off on the rough side of town. He rarely had good meals to eat. His whole wardrobe fit into a Walmart grocery bag, and he oftentimes lived on the streets. But with the help of his new family in football, he was able to transform his life into one of the most inspiring stories around. Because of his size, everyone just assumed football would come naturally to him. But boy, were they wrong. After the first week or so of practice, he just wasn't understanding what he was supposed to do until this.
Michael, do you remember when we first met and we went to that horrible part of town to buy you those dreadful clothes? And I was a little bit scared and you told me not to worry about it because you had my back. Do you remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
And if anyone tried to get to me, you would have stopped them, right? And when you and SJ were in that car wreck, what did you do to the airbag?
Stopped it?
You stopped it. You stopped it. This team is your family, Michael. You have to protect them from those guys, okay? Listen.
That talk right there fueled his drive to work hard and to make the best out of his career in football. He did whatever he needed to not only make his situation good, but exceptional. Because of that talk, he is now one of the most admired NFL players whose story has impacted thousands of lives. Life is only as good as you make it, so why not make it great? Michael chose to fight through the struggles to have a brighter future. Working hard in any situation will lead to an outcome that you desire. Football helped Michael change his hand, which allowed him to play the game of life the best that he can. Now, I want all of you to reach down and grab the playing card taped to the bottom of your seat. On your card, you will either see a face value or a number. So, all right, guys, I've been talking to the foundation and association just a little bit, and we were able to work out a couple gifts that I want to give each and every one of you tonight. So if your card has a face value on it, you are going to drive home in your brand new Corvette. And if you have a number on your card, you are going home tonight with your own one-of-a-kind hand-me-down tricycle. I'm just kidding, LOL, but you should have seen all of your faces. You know, when you take a step back and think about it, that tricycle can represent those low moments in life. Are we going to let that low number and those low moments get the best of us? Or are we going to work hard to make the best out of any situation? Having a little rink-a-dink tricycle leaves plenty of room for improvement. So we can discard those low cards in life and draw something higher so we can earn that Corvette. Having a Corvette means life's going a little bit easier. But never forget the value of working hard through the moments of struggle and success. I mean, a Corvette can have a flat tire and be unreliable at times because, let's be real, it's a Chevy. I am just kidding, it was a little joke. Right now, I want you all to take your card and put it in the pocket of your jacket or pants. So then when you find yourself in any situation, you can pull it out and be reminded that when you work hard, you'll be able to find true happiness. Working hard can make a person feel accomplished and happy during those ups and downs of life. Another simple way that I like to lighten my mood is through a simple joke. Actually, now that I'm speaking of it, how many of you want to hear my favorite ag joke out there? All right. So, as a farmer, I hear a lot of jokes about sheep. I'd tell them to my dog, but he heard them all. Get it? Dogs herd sheep? I mean, how could you not laugh at that knee slapper? Although some of you might not have thought my joke was funny, there are two ladies in my life who I can always count on to laugh at my corny jokes. My big sister and my great-grandma. Whenever we're together, we can always count on leaving with sore cheeks from laughing so much. One of my favorite memories with my great-grandma was when Jessie and I went to visit her in her nursing home. So, some things you should know about Grandma was she was 94 years old at the time, was in a motorized wheelchair, and absolutely loved to eat. But anyway, back to the story. We'd finished playing a couple games of cards, and it was now lunchtime. Like any good granddaughters would do, we let Grandma out the door first to make sure she was okay. However, when we closed the door and turned around, she was halfway down the hall. Grandma left us in her dust. So, being the competitive people we were, we decided to have a little race out of it. Yeah, that's right. We tried to race our grandma, who was in a wheelchair. Well, even though I don't like to talk about it, she ended up winning, but that was still one of my favorite memories with her. The thing about my grandma and sister is that even if they're having bad days, they still make it a point to live the best life that they can. Instead of wallowing in their sorrows, each woman strives to find the good in each day. You know, my great-grandma lived to be just one day short of 96 years old, and I believe her positive attitude definitely helped her out a bit. Both my sister and grandma have helped me realize that we only have one life on this earth. And I don't know about you guys, but I wanted to be happy. Instead of focusing on all those unfavorable parts of life, find something that will make you smile or laugh. Whether it's simple as my corny jokes, watching funny videos, or just talking to someone who has a knack to lighten anyone's day, there are countless ways that you can brighten your life. Throughout this year, I have made so many incredible memories, and the brightest thing in all my photos have been our smiles. Whether it was with the chapter officers from John Bound, Josh from Stockbridge Valley, Alicia, Julia, and everyone from Belleville Henderson, and Alex and Katie and the whole crew from Southern Cayuga. I have made so many incredible memories with all of you. While I was at District 7 competitions, I met this one girl who truly makes the best of life and is an inspiration to me. Caitlin from Marathon is a girl that I only met for a few moments, but has had a lasting impression on my life. You see, when I first met Caitlin, she was helping a friend prepare for a competition instead of practicing herself. Later, when I bumped into Caitlin and asked her how her competition had gone, she told me that it didn't go so well because she forgot a couple words, and she didn't think she'd be moving on. But covered up by all of those words was one of the biggest smiles I'd ever seen. Now, not gonna lie, I was kind of confused at first. But after talking to her, I realized what an incredible girl she is. Even though Caitlin spent hours practicing and didn't do as well as she hoped, she still had a great attitude. When things didn't go right for Caitlin, she still found reason to smile. Caitlin learned from this experience and enjoyed the time that she spent with the people around her. Caitlin lives with true happiness. You see, when things aren't fair and don't go the way we hope, why get upset? Why focus on all the negative things when we can find the good in any situation? Caitlin chose to find the good
And with that, she not only allows herself to be happy, but her positive attitude in life is very contagious. Caitlin, my great-grandma and sister, are people I look up to because no matter how hard life can be, they always find something to smile about. They live a true happiness. You know, guys and gals, I know firsthand that life isn't always rainbows and butterflies. There's pain and moments of sadness and discouragement. But there is also so much more to live for. There's love, joy, peace, kindness, faith, hope, laughter, and happiness. Caitlin, my sister, and great-grandma are inspirations to me to live the best life that I can and to just find something to smile and laugh about. Because remember, life is only as good as you make it. My great-grandma ended up passing away just a few short months ago. And at her funeral, I read this article, and the last paragraph says this: I think the point is, embrace and enjoy old age as it is. Like everything else, it's what you make of it. Most importantly, always find something that will make you smile and laugh about. What if we all truly lived our life this way? What if we were dealt a bad hand in the game of life, but worked hard to make the best out of every situation? What if we chose to find something to just smile and laugh about in every single moment of our lives? Earlier, I showed you some really embarrassing pictures of me growing up, but covered up by all those negative moments was something to make life just a little bit better. When I was a younger girl, I was a completely different person. But because I've worked hard to be the best me, I am that much closer to true happiness. The great part about the life that we live in is that every day is a new day. So if yesterday was bad, then work hard to find the good to make today the best it can be. These pictures are also just a simple reminder for us to just brush off and laugh about those not picture-perfect memories and find something good in every situation. New York FFA, thank you so much for the best year of my life. Thank you for helping me work hard to achieve all of my goals. And thank you for helping me follow my heart to find true happiness.
So let your heart, sweetheart, be your compass when you're lost, and you should follow it wherever it may go. When it's all said and done, you can walk instead of run, 'cause no matter what you'll never.
Jenna, whether it's your rational thinking towards any one of mine or Ethan's crazy ideas, being a support system to all of us, and your crazy thought-out pranks on each one of us, you're someone on our team that's held us together. Your contagious laugh and caring attitude are things we're going to dearly miss about you. You truly know how to make the best out of any hand of cards you are given. Embrace those things that make you unique. Be the exception, and remember, we will always love you. Forever a part of your happiness, love Ethan, Megan, Kim, Lindsay, and Christy. Ladies and gentlemen, for the last time, your 2017-2018 State Treasurer, Jenna Kimmy.
So let your heart, sweetheart, be your compass when you're lost, and you should follow it wherever it may go. When it's all said and done, you can walk instead of run.
where Lindsay went, she was literally just here, and we still have so much more to get through, and we're starting to run out of time. Lindsay, where were you?
Christy, I'm really sorry. I was on my way out here, and I was talking to Jenna, and then I saw this really cool jacket. Do you have any idea what it is?
Lindsay, how do you not know what that is? It's an FFA jacket, a jacket that our members proudly wear to distinguish that they are part of this organization.
Wow, really? I wish I had one of these jackets. By having our members wear these jackets, they are able to explore and discover what their trademark truly is. Giving them a brand new blue jacket of their own is just the first step in doing this.
This year, we have 20 amazing students here to receive their very own FFA jacket, a jacket where it will serve as a symbol of their success so far in the FFA. Please help me in welcoming to the stage the 2017-2018 District President team here to present this year's Jacket Award recipients.
I still get the same feeling today, zipping up my FFA jacket, that I did when I zipped up my father's old FFA jacket to go to my very first banquet. The feeling of tradition, growth, and family. While we may grow in height until the jacket does not fit anymore, but the jacket will always be able to hold our memories as we move forward into the future. The jacket that we all share is part of a deep, long-standing tradition. But traditions can only continue if we add our contribution, our trademark, to this organization and our world. Our jacket gives us all different kinds of experiences, which help us grow our FFA family and our personal trademark on this world.
This jacket makes us a part of this organization, but also a part of an entire family that stretches throughout the entire nation. You see, each one of us has a certain skill set and talent that makes us unique, but it's our jacket that unites us. As you continue on past this point in your FFA career, you will soon come to realize what we refer to as the Sea of Blue. The Sea of Blue is made up of some of the members that you see before you at this very moment wearing this very own blue and gold jacket. It's made up of some of the best thinkers, idea makers, creators, and adventurers that are ever to existed. With this honor of you receiving your very own blue and gold jacket, you too are now a wave in this vast ocean of blue. But just remember that no matter where you are, whether it be needing a friendly ear for a life chat or help with a CDE or competition, to never be afraid to call upon your brothers and sisters to help you push yourself to your path of success.
Each of us come from different backgrounds, and we all have different strengths, which is what makes up our trademark. For example, I may not come from an agricultural background, but my trademark is what makes me different from others. La primera vez que me puse mi propia chaqueta del FFA, me he convertido en parte de una nueva familia, sin importar de dónde vengo ni cuál es mi origen. The first time I zipped up my own FFA jacket, I became part of a new family, no matter where I came from or what my background was. Like once stated in the movie Coco, nothing's more important than family. Trademark is what distinguishes us from others. It shows how each of you are unique. But when FFA members put on this blue corduroy jacket, we are all united as a family with a strong bond, no matter what background you come from. The trademark of the FFA continues and will never be forgotten.
A lifetime consists of memories that make us unique. One memory that strongly affected me was the very first time I zipped up my FFA jacket. This very memory will be with me for the rest of my life. It was Christmas Day and I had just opened my last present. I slowly tore the wrapping paper, anticipating what it might be. Inside was my very own blue corduroy jacket stitched with my name. I proudly put it on as my family stood around me with eagerness. It was that day that I realized the love and support my family has for me. Little did I know that that jacket could take me places I never dreamed I could be. From traveling all across New York State to becoming District 10 president, my family has supported every opportunity FFA has given. Now it's your turn. As we stand around you with encouragement, we welcome you to our family. As a member of our widespread FFA community, we promise to stand by you. This room is full of future farmers, teachers, doctors. The possibilities are endless. All of the support we have for you as FFA members will help you to grow into your trademark.
When you first pick up that blue jacket, you become part of a 700,000 member strong family. When you first pick up that blue jacket, you help the FFA continue to grow and thrive as an organization. When you first pick up that blue jacket, you become not only part of your chapter, district, or state FFA, but you become part of the national FFA organization. Because of that, you have the opportunity to leave your trademark anywhere on the FFA.
We all have our own passions and strengths that define us. When we put on the blue corduroy, we become one, a sea of blue united with things in common, such as agriculture, leadership, and personal growth. Getting a jacket for the very first time is a very deep moment to take in. Just 3 years ago, I was standing on this stage receiving this award, and almost immediately after I got jacketed, my whole perspective of FFA changed. I finally felt like I was part of this huge family, a family so symbolic it can be recognized anywhere. This jacket has given me so many experiences that I will never forget, and I know that those experiences and many more will come with these jackets these members are about to receive.
Wear your jacket. No. Ladies and gentlemen, today our FFA family will grow as these members receive their new jackets. Please join me in welcoming to the stage the 2018 Jacket Award recipients.
Kylie Zakari, Lowville.
I'm George Deniker from Greenwich.
I am Samantha Ackerley from Tri-Valley.
I'm Jacob Blusack from Tri-Valley.
I'm Mary Vandenbosch from Genesee Valley.
I'm Alex Keeney, proudly representing the Southern Cayuga FFA.
I'm Aiden Armitage from Greenwich FFA.
Emily Frost from Colebusco Richmondville.
Madison Hoopert from Lowville.
Tyler Parrott, Pine Plains.
Peyton Howe from Warsaw FFA.
Colden Pike from Lowville.
Briar Knight, Tri-Valley FFA. Isabella Tucker from Delaware Academy.
Annette Prezano from Pine Plains.
Jonathan Lewis from Southern Cayuga FFA.
Grace Dunham from Colebusco Richmondville.
Tyler Smith from Sharon Springs.
Jamie Frox from Schoharie Valley.
Blake Sprague from Fine of Fultonville.
Wear your jackets with pride. You've earned it, and this is the time where we celebrate it. Throughout your FFA journey, you will be faced with numerous struggles, battles, and obstacles to overcome. But overcoming them wearing this blue jacket will only make the result that much sweeter. Jacket Award recipients, please take this time to zip up your new jackets. With the symbolic zipping up of these blue corduroy jackets, we would like to welcome these members to our enormous blue and gold family.
Let's give it up one more time for our 2018 Jacket Award recipients. As members of the FFA, we take great pride in knowing that we are able to zip up a jacket with our chapter name on the back. Throughout this year, our team has been able to charter multiple new chapters, and this is the time where we will give them the opportunity to feel that same pride as they zip up jackets with their chapter name on it for the first time. Right now, we are going to award a set of chapter jackets to the Burnox-Westerlo FFA chapter. Let's go ahead and give them a round of applause. Congratulations to all of you. Wear your jackets with pride.
So let's pretend we're running out of time. Baby, when they look up at the sky, we'll be shooting stars just passing by. You'll be coming home with me tonight.
Christy, what are you doing?
I heard that we had a special guest here to tell us some jokes.
Oh my gosh, you just love your jokes, don't you?
I really do, and I think he'll even get a laugh out of you.
Oh, we'll have to see about that one, but why are you wearing a garbage bag?
Well, I thought it was pretty cute, but I heard that our special guest is going to tell us some jokes, so I thought that we could do the try not to laugh challenge and see if we can get a laugh out of you.
All right, this will be interesting. Are you ready?
Linz, I think the real question is, are you ready? Let's hear these funny jokes.
You guys good? You sure? Positive. I know, it's like, what are you waiting for? All right, so joke number one. What do you call a deer with no eyes? No idea. So, joke number two. I was in the grocery store the other day, and I was just walking through, trying to get the groceries that I needed or whatever, and somebody threw a carton of milk at me. So I turned and looked at him. I was like, how dare he? All right, joke number three. I didn't even say the joke yet. What happens when a cow jumps over a barbed wire fence? Utter destruction.
Those were some funny jokes, but our special guest didn't get a laugh out of you, Linz.
No, even though he didn't get a laugh out of me like he did you, he was the one cracking those corny dad jokes. He is our National Southern Region Vice President, Ian Bennett. Ian has currently taken the year off of attending the University of Georgia to serve our members, not only across the country, but even halfway across the globe in Japan. You could find Ian before getting this huge honor within his own state, talking with his members, advocating for agriculture, and bettering himself as a leader. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a huge, huge honor to welcome our National Southern Region Vice President, Ian Bennett, to the stage.
New York FFA, what's up? You guys doing good? What about this new convention stage, right? This is pretty sweet. So before we get started, I have a question for everybody. Has anybody ever been in class, been in school, had like a test or a project or something you needed to do, and you had no idea that it was due until the day before? Yeah, all the time, me too. So one of the most memorable times this ever happened to me, I was in the 6th grade, I was in English class, and I had Miss Davis as a teacher. Now, Miss Davis is the hardest teacher I've ever had in my entire life. I literally didn't learn a single thing about English from the 6th grade on, which could explain a lot of things, but I think that was really because she was so tough. Now, I was in Miss Davis's class, and I was sitting in the back, I was ready for lunch, it was like 11:30, class was almost over, wasn't really paying attention. But I noticed that she started to talk about this book report that was due. So I was kind of like vaguely paying attention because I thought maybe this was like 2 or 3 weeks down the road, now I'd have some time. And she went on and she was talking about how this book report was going to be 100 pages. It was, or the book report, the book had to be longer than 100 pages, excuse me, and the book report had to be 2 to 3 pages long. And I was like, okay, that's not that bad, I got plenty of time. And then she said, this is due tomorrow. And that was not good. So the bell rang, I ran to the library on the way to lunch, and I was looking through the library trying to find a book that I needed, and I really just had 2 requirements at this point. Number 1, had to be longer than 100 pages, and number 2, I wanted it to be about food because I was hungry. So that was pretty much it. So I was looking through, found the book. It was a book by a guy who started his own restaurant, and I was like, sweet, 100 pages, food, got it, done. Went, ate lunch, and then I was on the school bus on the way home, so I started reading this book. And I was really just kind of skimming through it as fast as I could to try to get the book report finished. And the longer I read it, the more interesting it got. You see, this man who started this restaurant was born in the Great Depression, and times were really hard. When he wasn't in school, he had to drag a little red wagon around his neighborhood and sell glass bottles of Coke to his neighbors to try to help his family buy food for that day. And he noticed when it was hot outside and in the summertime that people were buying less than they bought normally. So he decided to get some ice and put that in the back of his little red wagon, and he noticed that really boosted his sales a lot. So he knew that taking care of his customers and customer satisfaction was really important in whatever he did. So he kind of tucked that in the back of his mind, and then World War II happened, so he joined the Army, and after he delisted from the Army, he and his brother started a restaurant in his hometown. There was a Ford automobile manufacturing plant, and it was open 24 hours a day, so there was always people getting off of work. And when they got off work, they needed food. So he decided that this restaurant was going to be right down the road. It was going to be open 24 hours a day, and they were going to serve the people who worked in this factory. Things were going pretty well. They were doing all right with it. They worked really hard. The restaurant started off pretty small. It grew, got a little bit better. People found out about it. They knew they had really good food and really great service. So things were looking well for the business. And right about the time that things really started to take off and the restaurant started to do really, really well, his brother died in an airplane crash. And in this book, he was talking about the only reason that their restaurant was successful at the most critical point in its history to that date was because he was 100% committed to making it work. You see, commitment is everything. If you have something you want to do, somewhere you want to go, if you have a goal you want to accomplish, whatever it is you want to do in life, you have to be committed to making that happen. If we're not committed, it's not going to just happen on its own. And I got to thinking about this point and this idea, and I got to think about all the times in my life when I really wanted to do something and really, really wanted it to happen, but I wasn't fully committed, and I backed out on it. And I got to thinking further and further back, and eventually I got to what I'm pretty sure is my earliest memory. It was me at the local YMCA. I was 3 years old, and I was taking swimming lessons. So things had gone pretty well. The week was just about over, and we had one final thing that we had to do before we could graduate. We had to jump off the diving board into the deep end of the pool. So here I am. I'm standing on the diving board, and I am scared to death. I'm shaking like a leaf, looking down into the water, and there's no way this is going to happen. I just knew that I was going to fall in, and I was going to forget everything I'd learned that week, and I was going to sink to the bottom, and it was just not going to end well. This is not a good idea. So I'm standing here, looking at the water, and she's like, no, like it's not happening. So I turn around, I look at my swimming instructor, and she was really sweet when she said this, but she said, Ian, don't worry. If you fall in and you start to drown, we'll come and get you. I was like, thanks, that's really reassuring. So I turned back around, I was looking at the water again, trying to hype myself into it. Took some test bounces. No way, still wasn't happening. So I turned around again. I was about to walk off, and I realized there was a big line of people in the way. And then I looked over to the side and saw my mom standing over there, because it was right at the end of class, and she was coming to pick me up. And she said, Ian, if you'll jump off the diving board, we can go get ice cream. And I was like, all right, done, ice cream, totally worth it. So I took some steps back, got ready, ran to the edge, and I couldn't do it. I stopped. See, I didn't understand the concept of gravity, but I knew that when I got to that edge, all I had to do was take one more step, and I would have just fallen into the water. I was just one step away from fully committing and doing what I wanted to do and graduating from swim class and doing the thing that I set out to do, but I was too afraid to do it. I let my fears hold me back. How many times in life have we let our fears stop us from doing the things that we want to do? Have you ever been afraid to try out for that CDE team because you think you're not going to make it? Have you ever been afraid to talk to that really cute guy or girl because you think they're going to turn you down? Have you been afraid to really study for that math test because you think you're going to fail anyway? Don't ever let the fear of failure hold you back from doing the things that you know you want to do. You see, if you're going to commit yourself to doing something, you have to get through the fear to do it. And I thought about that. I was sitting on that bus that day, and I said, all right, the next thing that I want to do, I'm going to commit myself to it, and I'm not going to be afraid to make it happen. So a couple months later on down the road, football tryouts came out. And now I know we're in New York, and sports are a pretty big deal up here. We're in a hockey arena. We don't do that where I live. The Yankees have a really good baseball team. The Braves are a little bit better this year, but they're still not doing great. But football is the sport where I live. And I say that, and I mean it. When I was in school, I went to the Lowndes County High School, and we have 2 high schools in our county. So I went to Lowndes County. The city of Valdosta has its own school system. The city of Valdosta is the winningest high school football program in all of North America. Now, my high school, when I was in middle school, won 3 state championships in 4 years, and this past year, we beat the Valdosta City Wildcats 48-0. So I'm not going to tell you what the better football team in town is, but it's definitely us. So I knew this, and I saw football as an opportunity to go out there and be something that I've never been before. I saw it as an opportunity to get out of my small hometown and to really change my life. So I knew that I wanted to try out, I wanted to be in the football team, and I wanted to make it happen. But now I'd played backyard football, hadn't really ever played regulation football on, so I get to spring tryouts on the first day, and I had to have the coaches show me how to put the pads on, show me how to strap up the chin strap. I mean, I had no idea what I was doing. Now, this was a 2-week process, so the first week was just the basics. How to hold the football, how to tackle, that kind of stuff, how to run fast. I was really slow. It didn't work well. And, things were going all right. I was feeling good about it. I knew when I had my chance, it was all going to work out. But the coaches really weren't thinking that. So we get into the second week, and the second week's a little different than the first week. So the second week, we do some drills for about an hour, and then the second hour of tryouts every day, we scrimmage. So I was trying out for the upcoming 7th grade team. The 7th graders that year were trying out for the upcoming 8th grade team. So the 7th graders would scrimmage the 8th graders, and that's how they decided who would be on the team during the last hour of every practice for that week. Now, we'd gone most of the way through the week. It was, I think, Thursday at this point, and I had not been in the game a single time. I was standing on the sideline, me and my friends, not playing football because, we weren't any good. And I'm standing here talking to my buddy Coleman, and I was like, if Coach would just put me in, if I could just get out there, I would totally make it happen. He's like, yeah, Ian, but you're not in the game, so it doesn't matter. I'm like, yeah, but I could just, if I could just put myself out there, if I could just, go in the game, it would happen. He's like, yeah, but you can't just put yourself in the game. That's not how that works. I was like, well, I could. If I really wanted to, I could just go out there. Yeah, but you're not going to. Yeah, but I could. Yeah, but I bet you won't. All right. So in between plays, I walk out on the field, and I found Bryant. Now, Bryant was the starting linebacker ahead of me, and Bryant was that kid in middle school who hit his growth spurt really, really early. So he was my height in the 6th grade, and I was this tall. So needless to say, Bryant was everything you wanted in a football player. Big, tall, fast, strong, and here I was, short, slow, and round. Pretty much the exact opposite of what you want in a football player. So I walk up to Bryant, and I was like, so Coach told me to tell you that I'm supposed to be in right now. And Bryant looked down at me, and he wasn't going to argue with the coach, because, who would? He was like, really? You? I'm like, yeah, me. Okay. So Bryant left. And at this point, didn't really think that was going to work, but it did. So here I am in the game. I get in the huddle. I get the play call on defense, which is pretty much just run towards the football. And I go and get set. I'm ready. Seth is the quarterback on offense. He gets under center. He's about to snap the football. And the coach sees me and realizes that Bryant has shrunk about 2 feet. So he comes running over there. He's like, who are you? What are you doing here? Which was really reassuring that the coach had no idea who I was. And I just, for whatever reason, thought this was a good idea, looked at him straight in the eyes and said, Bryant didn't feel like playing anymore and left. And he was like, really? He just walked off the field? Yep, coach, just walked right off the field. So he believed me, walked back, changed the play on offense. Seth gets back under center at quarterback. And now Seth snaps the football. He turns and fakes the handoff to the running back, keeps the football, and then starts running this way. So I see this and see the running back running this way without the football. I see Seth start to run this way. Everybody else on defense starts going towards the running back. I start running towards Seth. So Seth has the football. He's running this way. I'm running towards him. And at this moment, life is really, really, really good. I was like, this is all going to work out. Like, I'm going to go make the tackle, get on the team, go play college football, win some national championships, go to the NFL, make millions, win like 7 Super Bowls. Life is good. Like, we're doing things right here. So I'm running towards Seth, and I'm getting closer, and I'm getting closer, and I'm getting closer. And then right about the moment when I make the tackle, it hits me. Really, really, really hard. Like boom, pow, smack, bounce, 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 crash. Really hard. So now when I was running towards Seth, my friend Trey Jackson, who just so happened to finish his 4th year playing Division I football at Georgia Tech, came up and nailed me. Like SportsCenter top 10, just like, and I literally flew backwards 5 yards through the air. It was not good. So I'm laying here on the ground, and I have this moment of just, why? Why am I here? Why am I doing this? Why? Why do you do the things that you do? You see, when I took advantage of that opportunity, I committed myself to that goal, I got over that fear and went out on the field, I knew why I was doing what I was doing. I saw football as an opportunity to get out of my small town, to go see the world, to go make money, to go do something that I couldn't do any other way. So I knew why I went out on that field. When I was laying there on the ground, I was hot and I was tired and I hurt really, really bad. I knew why I was there, so I got back up. Why do you do the things that you do? You see, if you don't know why you do what you do, when the opportunities to make that happen present themselves to you, you might not take advantage of it. If you don't know why you do what you do, eventually life's going to come up and it's going to hit you really, really hard. And when you're laying down on that ground and you're tired and it's hot and you're sweaty and it hurts and you don't know why you're there, you're probably just going to lay there. Why do you do what you do? You see that guy who started that chicken sandwich restaurant? He knew why he was doing what he did. He saw an opportunity to feed the hardworking men and women who grew up in the same town that he did, who had good jobs and were getting off work and needed good customer service and good food to get them through the day. You see, that guy worked really, really hard and sold a lot of chicken sandwiches. And today, the Chick-fil-A restaurant is the #1 fast food restaurant in the country and did over $12 billion worth of business last year. You know, New York FFA, I've had a great first day here at convention, and I look forward to the rest of it. And I want everybody to keep in touch. I run a podcast. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I'll be here throughout the rest of the convention. Definitely hang out with me. I'm looking forward to a good time. But before I leave, I want everybody to remember this. Don't ever be afraid to commit yourself to why you do what you do. Thank you.
Ian, thank you so much for coming to our convention this year. We are so happy that you could join us, and we are so proud to have an individual like yourselves representing us at the national level. We look forward to seeing all that you do, and we wish you the best of luck with the rest of your year. New York FFA, please help me in. New York FFA, please help me in welcoming. Please help me in thanking Ian Bennett, our Southern Region National Vice President.
Have any of you guys seen Christiane? I have the CDE results, and I can't release them until she's right here next to me. Lindsay, I have the results! Watch out for the step!
Oh,
The step.
I'm okay, it's all right. I was just so excited to reveal the results.
Oh my gosh, Christiane. All right, well, I guess it's time for us to finally reveal the results from today's competition. In the area of Ag Issues Forum, your third place team is Ag P-Tech. Second place team, Fillmore. In your first place Ag Issues Forum team is Pioneer.
In the competition of Ag Communications, our top 10 individuals are, in 10th place, Samantha Wilcox, Fillmore. 9, Brandon Bischoff, Pioneer. 8, Kaylee Smith, Fillmore. 7, Jesse Holmes, Fillmore. 6, Rachel Burry, Lowville. 5, Mitchell Ling, Pioneer. 4, Marcus McGray, Pioneer. 3, Kaylee Talbot, Lowville. 2, Alyssa Hobbin, Pioneer. And your first place in Ag Communications is Gabriella Frappier, Lowville. And the team placings for the Ag Communications competition, in third place, Fillmore. In second place, Lowville. And in first place, Pioneer.
For the area of Senior Prepared Speaking, for individual results, in third place, Grace Harrigan, Chattagay. Second place, Valerie Lewis, Greenville. And your first place individual for Senior Prepared Public Speaking is Danielle Herrick, Pioneer.
The top 3 individuals for the Junior Prepared competition, in third place, Ava Brown, Warwick. Second place, Peyton Youngers, Southern Cayuga. And in first place, Nuala Capel, Greenville.
For the area of senior extemporaneous speaking, your third place individual is Katarina Heitzman, Pioneer. Second place, Catherine Kopp, Southern Cayuga. And your first place individual for senior extemporaneous speaking is Anna Bika, South Jefferson.
Your top 3 individuals for the Junior Extemporaneous Speaking Contest. In third, Ella Underberg, Springville. Second place, Abigail Heitzman, Pioneer. And in first place, Mackenzie Hilf, Greenville.
In Junior People in Agriculture, your third place individual is David Molesky, Clymer. Your second place individual is David Allison, Tri-Valley. And your first place individual for Junior People in Agriculture, Madison Morehouse, Cuba Rushford.
Your top 3 individuals for the Senior People in Agricultural competition, in third place, Olivia Patterson, Belleville Henderson. In second place, Janessa Coletta, Roy Hart, FFA. And in first place, Kylie Reynolds, Phylon.
In the area of aquaculture, your individual placings, 10th place, Joey Holbert, Marathon. 9th place, Carson Richard, Chattagay. 8th place, Christopher Aries, John Bound 1. 7th place, Ra Patel, John Bound. 6th place, Trashan Ari, John Bound 1. 5th place, Valentina Crusel, John Bound 1. 4th place, Sebastian Warwin, John Bound 2. 3rd place, Alexander Kitowski, John Bound 2. 2nd place, Connor Ruddy, John Bound 2. And your first place individual in the area of aquaculture is Ambar Rubelino from John Bound 2. Team placings for this competition, 3rd place, Chattagay. 2nd place, John Bound 1.
And your first place team in the area of aquaculture, John Bound 2. In the area of marketing plan, your top 3 teams. Third, Fillmore. 2, Tri-Valley. 1, Pioneer Cuba Rushford. That's what it says. In the area of farm and agribusiness management, your individual placings. In 10th place, Jason Normandin, Pavilion. In 10th place, Anna Stranard, Cayuga Onondaga. In 8th place, Nick White, Fonda Fultonville. In 7th place, Robert Shoemaker, Northern Adirondack. In 6th place, Mackenzie Chase, Cayuga Onondaga. In 5th place, Matt Jarvis, Northern Adirondack. In 4th place, Mark George, Pioneer. In 3rd place, Katrina Zielinski, Pioneer. In 2nd place, Katarina Heitzman, Pioneer. And your first place individual for farm and agribusiness management, Katie O'Hare, Pioneer. Your top 3 teams for farm and agribusiness management are, in 3rd place, Fonda Fultonville. 2nd place, Pavilion. And in 1st place, Pioneer. And for the Teach Ag preliminary round, these are in no particular order. Your individuals placing are Madison Pereira, Rebecca Coombs, Kelly Ann Allen, Elizabeth Okunski. Those students did an amazing job putting in hard work and dedication into something they are so passionate about. Please help me in congratulating these members once again.
Hey, Christiane, do you remember when we went on state officer tour and we went to CG May Bosie's that one night and we played the Ag Olympics game? What was it called? I think it was the hay bale toss, the one that we played all night long. You remember that?
Yeah, I do, and I remember losing every single time.
Yeah, sorry. I guess I'm just the stronger one out of the 2 of us.
Oh, really?
I'd have to say.
Well, let's have a rematch right here, right now.
All right, Christiane. Look at this. It's perfectly set up for us.
I think I'll go first to show you how to really do it.
Please, please do.
1, 2, 3. Yeah! Let's see you beat it.
All right. I'll do my best. I have a hurt shoulder, so give me a little bit of credit.
Okay.
1, I'm gonna biff it on this rug. 2, 3.
Yes! I finally won! No way. I can't believe it. That was so much fun. Well, Lindsay, what does that have to do with this session?
Well, Christiane, if you remember, we have had one of our very own traveling all around the state like we do on State Officer Tour to finish a huge project that we have started. This next individual has been traveling all across to different chapters to see our individual members and our different chapter advisors. Now, he has been recording videos, and within these videos, we can see anything from students' trademarks that are showcased in their SAEs, the ins and outs of every agriculture program that we have here in the state, as well as their personal stories through interesting, very interesting interviews. Hours and hours upon work have been put into these videos, and we are so proud to show them as they will help us in telling everyone what the FFA truly is. Ladies and gentlemen, each and every one of you are the first to ever see these videos. Knowing that, Christiane and I don't want to keep you waiting any longer, so please turn your attention to the screen to watch our promo videos.
Agricultural education is the future talent pipeline for the agricultural industry. Agriculture is changing. It's changing dramatically.
Agricultural education, I say as an agriculture teacher, you know, I'm not just an agriculture teacher, I'm an English teacher and a math teacher, a science teacher, a history teacher, a little of all of the other subjects. The history of agriculture plays right in with the history of the United States. We do hands-on work in labs in the classroom, whether we're looking at cells, doing a dissection, so the things the students are doing in science, and we can apply that to different fields of animal science and agricultural science.
This is something that my students earn scholarships from, they earn career skills from, they earn self-respect, which happens in sports programs too. But for every Joe Namath that we have 100 FFA members that are going to reach a greater potential. And I think that that is so very important.
Right now we're booming and we're growing. There's more ag programs opening up in New York now than there ever have been. And I think agriculture education is really going to become even more important and vital.
I think overall our opportunities in New York State are awesome. I think we're at the edge, in fact, of a renaissance in agriculture.
Ag education, I personally feel, impacts everything. And I've learned that from the students. They will talk to me often about agriculture in our world. So I know that they're taking what they're learning in the classrooms and they're using it, they're connecting it with the outside.
Small engine mechanics, animal science, vet science, plant science, and agri-science. They've helped me decide that I want to be in an agricultural career.
Our mission in this generation is to raise the next generation in a way that they're going to be part of the solution and not part of the problem, that we're going to be able to feed the world at a higher level than we are today, and that we're going to have to respond to a marketplace that wants to know more about local food and who we are and food safety. Those are great options. Those are great career paths. Don't shortchange our young people by limiting the options and their understanding of what's available to them. Let's give them all the options and enable them to make good decisions.
There's, in my eyes, no better type of education to be into than ag ed.
There's so much. Over the summer, we got to work here on the farm. I got to work upstate on a farm, and some people don't actually get that, and they don't realize that we have all these connections with colleges, and they just think that we're in the city and all we do is read out of a textbook. But in reality, we actually have an actual farm with actual animals.
Well, agriculture is all around us, whether it be in landscaping, whether it be in forestry production, whether it be in natural resources, whether it be in food, fiber. But I always say many times, all people have to eat. And that's a basic need of mankind. And agriculture is a key component of that in the food production. And it's not more than just food production. It's more than just production agriculture. It's the processing, it's the packaging, it's the transportation, it's the harvesting, the planting, all those types of things, including nursery and landscaping to a variety of agricultural industries. And so it's critical to the future existence of our country. Leadership is not based on past accomplishments, but envisioning future issues and developing solutions to those. And so leadership in FFA is defined really as the ability to communicate, the ability to work with others. The FFA organization has a strong history in providing leadership and personal development for all their students. The
pride, accomplishment, feeling like you are engaged in something meaningful. I think that's why a lot of young people, strive to want to have that jacket, zip it up, and then represent themselves and their chapters and look for good opportunities.
Well, most FFA members tell us they wear that blue corduroy jacket, and that's a symbol of pride. It's a symbol of respect. What's inside the jacket, the person they are, that they represent, is what's the most critical, and they like to describe themselves as that. It is a trademark to have that jacket and that FFA emblem.
I've had opportunities to get to know an awful lot of young people that walk around wearing blue jackets. And I'm always impressed that they're the future leadership that we're going to have in agriculture.
FFA taught me how to grow up, how to be responsible. It taught me how to be a leader, but it also taught me how to be a follower. Before you be a leader, you have to learn first. You can't just jump right in and take everything over.
The way that I communicate about this program is that I think it's the best leadership development program on the planet. I think that because it gives students a lot of opportunities to explore their own interests and grow.
Across the state, FFA chapters are reaching out into the community and doing amazing things, from donating a tractor-trailer load of food to community outreach and education.
Anyone can start a chapter so long as you have the support. You definitely need as much support as you can possibly get. I know it's a lot easier for some schools, such as ours, because our community is solely based on agriculture, and a little harder for others, but if you put your mind to anything, I feel like that they could totally do it. I would recommend this organization to any school. This organization has changed not only my life for the better, but millions of other lives that I know of.
You would meet people who are going to stay in your life and change it for the better. You will gain experiences that are going to change your core values for the better, and you're going to learn about the most important field.
I've just met so many new people that I know I'll talk to the rest of my life and go to college with and possibly work with.
FFA gives you a lot of communication skills so that you know how to act around people and just know people, and it gets you places.
I think it's super important for kids without an ag background to get involved because, like myself, I didn't know what FFA was. I thought it was just a bunch of farm kids that got together and talked about their cows, but it's so much more than that, and we do so many cool things that impact our community and the world, and it really, FFA really makes the world a better place, and I wish more students that weren't from agricultural backgrounds got involved into it.
New York FFA in 3 words: growing, community, and strong. But better yet, we're a strong, growing community.
Man, Christiane, I have got to tell you, I have had an absolute blast over this past chunk of time, not only learning a little bit more about ourselves, but recognizing everything that we have done over this past year. By taking the first step to recognize what makes us unique from the crowd, we have truly begun showcasing our trademarks, and we cannot wait to see what you do with them, not only over these next few days, but for years to come.
Before we close out this session, I have a little reminder to any CDE or LDE winners. At the end of this session, please pick up your awards and plaques in the front of our stage. New York State FFA, as we explore what it means to be ourselves, let us cherish what makes us different and go beyond our potential so that we can make an everlasting impact. Own your trademark.
Madam Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted?
I have none, Mr. President.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this session? We are about to adjourn this, the first general session of the 93rd New York State FFA Convention. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, join me in a salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now declare this session adjourned.